I honestly might have to like minimize chat so I can focus on the story. I hope you guys don't mind. Don't be mad at me for it, all right? I'm just so drunk that like if I try to read chat while I tell the story, I'm going to lose track so fast, okay? But either way, so this happened back in December, right? And at the time, I think I talked about this a couple times in the past on, or on stream in the past, right? But there was this girl that I met on Tinder who, what name we're going to give her? We're going to call her Megan, right? We'll call her Megan. This girl I'd only met up with 2 or 3 times. And back during this phase when I first moved down to Springfield, I talked about this a lot. I was pretty active on Tinder because I didn't know anyone. So I matched with everybody. Like, I was one of the people who was on Tinder. And it was like, literally, like, I would just be homies with someone if I matched with them, right? You know, like, sure, if I met an ugly bitch who has some good weed, you know, if I met a girl who I didn't find attractive, bro, listen, I'm not saying I'm attractive. We all know I'm not, all right? But if I met a girl I didn't find attractive who still has some good kush, I don't care, bro. We can smoke, whatever, all right? For sure. But listen, there was this girl named Megan who I met on Tinder, and we had met a couple times, right? We hung out a couple times. Basically, all we ever did was smoke weed. And on this particular day, we had a little date planned, right? We had a little dinner date kind of thing. You know, I wouldn't call it wasn't like declared a date, but you know, we were just going out to eat together, right? And she was bringing me, and she was like, "Do you mind if I bring my friends?" So I was like, "No, you know, that's cool with me." I actually needed to meet more people, so I was like, "Yeah, sounds good." So she's like, "Okay, well, let me know when you're ready and I'll come pick you up." So I go get ready, you know, I'm kind of excited. I'm like, bet, you know, we're going to go get some food. And at this point, right, mind you, this is the beginning of December, so I still lived in my old house and I lived alone at this point. So I'm not going to lie, during this phase of my life, bro, I was lonely, bro. Man, listen, my homies moved out of the crib, okay? My homies moved out of the crib, all right? I was bored, so, like, I would do anything. Like, even if it sounded like the lamest plan, I didn't care. I would do it, right? So Megan comes and picks me up, and we're chilling for a little bit, and we smoke up, right? She picks me up, we cruise around. I had a blunt pre-rolled, so we smoke up, and we're chatting a little bit. I'm just asking how the day went, right? And we end up blowing some time because she picked me up a little early before we got food, right? So we ended up going to the mall because she wanted to go buy some, like, makeup or some shit, right? So we go to the mall. She goes and buys some makeup, you know? She's walking around in, I don't know, fucking, like, J.C. Penney or something. I don't remember what store she went to. There was, like, a store inside of a bigger store. It was, I think it was, like, there's, like, something in a J.C. Penney that she went to. I don't know, bro. I was just walking around either way. So we go into that store, we're blowing some time, you know, I'm nice and stoned, we're chilling, and we get out of this store, and she's like, all right, you know, we're going to go pick my friends up now. So I'm like, bet. So we go to pick her friends up, and I didn't really know that this was like a double date. I mean, I kind of should have known it was, because what else was she going to do? Bring 2 dudes? Or bring, like, 2 women? Like, I feel like that's weird either way, you know? So she goes and, you know, she pulls up to her friend's house. You know, it's about a 15-minute ride. We're chilling, we're chatting a little bit. She pulls up to her friend's crib. They both pop out. I guess this was like a couple. They had already been dating. It wasn't like, you know, this, like, they were like newly acquainted like me and Megan were. These two had been dating. They came out of the same crib. They were chilling together, right? So we're going to call them Ben and, let's see, I don't know. The other girl literally said like 2 words the whole time. The quietest person I've ever met. So I don't even know if Shorty needs a name. We might just call her Shorty. I don't know, bro. I don't know. So Ben and Shorty came out, all right? So they come out, they hop in the car, and we're all chilling, right? We're hanging out, you know, we're cruising around, and we're discussing where to go for dinner. And in my area, there's not a ton of places to go, right, chat? There's not a ton, I'm guilty of not covering chat yet. I can't lie. I keep peeking over. But either way, he pops out, you know, we're chilling for a little bit, and we're discussing where to go to eat. And we settle on Chili's. Now, listen. When I was young, I didn't like Chili's, but I hadn't been to a Chili's in a minute at this point, right? No, actually, I'd been fairly recent, but Chili's be hitting nowadays. They stepped it up, low-key. So we pull up on this Chili's, right? We slide on this Chili's, and we're hanging out there. We didn't smoke any more weed after we picked them up. They didn't want to smoke at the time. They're like, I asked, I was like, you guys want to smoke? Because I had a little bit of kush left. They're like, nah, we're good, right? So I was like, oh, bet. So we go to this Chili's, and we're chilling there, right? And we go get some food, and I remember I got this burger. I remember because it was really good. It was like a southern burger. It had like barbecue or some barbecue, like a tangy barbecue-y sauce. It was good, bro. It was fire, but Chili's was smacking. So either way, that shit hit, right? This man talks legit like he does in his vids. I mean, yeah, like what, bro? It's me. I'm the guy behind the videos, yeah. I talk like I do in my vids. I mean, like, I don't know, bro. Is that surprising to you? But either way, back on topic here. So we're at this Chili's, and I got this fucking burger, bro. I remember that shit because it smacked. It smacked, right? And after we finish that up, you know, we eat our Chili's and we leave out of this Chili's, right? And by the way, I want to remind you guys, this is not the video topic tomorrow. We're telling a different story in the video that's dropping tomorrow. This is like a little, I want to expand on the tweaks. I want you guys to ask me to. So we leave this Chili's, and I'm trying to smoke. Once again, I drop it. I'm like, yo, bro, like, we should smoke up, right? Like, that shit, you know, that Chili's kind of hit. We should smoke up, bro. So, fucking Megan, right? We got over 2K viewers right now, do we? On my dashboard, it says fucking 1,600. Do we have? Oh, we do. Hey. 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 What the fuck's going on, boys? Hey. Let's hit that whip. Hey. 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 We lit tonight, boys. Hey, W's all around the board. All right, so let me continue this story. So we leave this Chili's, and I'm once again pushing to smoke some kush. I'm like, boys, girls, we got to smoke some loud. All right, we got to blow some right now. Let's take a yeg, by the way, while I tell the story. So Megan's like, oh, I got a plug. And I'm like, for sure. So we're cruising over. You know, she hits up the plug, and we're driving around town once again, not doing shit. And her plug replies relatively quick, like within 10 minutes. And her plug lives fairly far away. Her plug's like a 30-minute drive from where we were, bro. It was low-key a mission. But her plug replies to her and says that he's good. So we're driving over there, and on the way there, I don't know why she mentioned this. I don't know where this came from, but she mentioned, she's like, oh, yeah, like, this guy we're buying weed from, like, he's inbred. And I'm like, I think she's kidding at first, you know? I'm like, oh, like, what do you mean? And she's like, he's inbred. And Ben is in the back seat, and he's intrigued. Ben apparently did not know who this plug was either. I guess, like, Megan just had this little, like, inbred drug dealer that none of these people in the car knew about, including me. So I'm like, wait, like, like, what? Like, fill me in. And she's like, oh, yeah, so, you know, we went to high school together, and I went to this really small high school where in my graduating class there was only, like, 30 kids. And I was like, yo, like, what? Like, what? No, it wasn't, like, graduating class 30 kids. It was, like, in her, in the high school part, there was, like, 30 kids total. It was, like, 10 kids per grade or something, right? Like from grade 9 to 12, it was literally like 10 kids. Like, she went to a very small school, and she's like, yeah, I went to high school with this kid. And, like, in school, like, we all, like, it was, like, we all knew that he was, like, inbred. Like, we knew his parents and everything. And it was, like, the talk of the school. Like, it was, like, the joke of the school. Like, he was fucking inbred as shit, right? And she's just laying out all these facts. Like, she's like, oh, you know, I've known him for years. And, like, I kept thinking she was joking. I was like, there's no way, bro. She's joking. She's joking. But, like, she kept laying out the facts about this man. Like, she's like, oh, you're like, yeah, his name's so-and-so. He comes out and introduced himself as so-and-so. Like, she's just, bro, she's laying out facts on this motherfucker, dude. And I'm just like, oh, my fucking God. So finally, right, we pull up to this guy's house. And Ben, by the way, mind you, I had to grab another Red Bull. Ben found this the funniest thing ever. Ben found this to be fucking hilarious. He couldn't believe it. The whole time he's geeking, and she's like, Ben, like, shut up. Like, this isn't funny, you know? So we get to this plug's house, and it's okay. We get to, it was a mobile home. But it was, like, cemented into the ground. It was like they took a trailer, and then they were like, all right, let's make this our home. We'll put some cement down and, you know, slab it in there, you know? So, why you drinking Red Bull? Because I got Jaeger, bro. That's why. Either way, let's smack this Jaeger, yeah? Let's go cuckoo. So, we pull up to the home, and she shoots dude a text, and he comes out, right? And mind you, I also want to mention real quick, homie's parents, according to Megan, were first cousins. So this is not like some, like, you know, distant inbred. It's like, bro, these motherfuckers was piping at the family reunion, ladies and gentlemen, okay? A little fucked. A little fucked. Batman said, I'm a glass blower. I want to send you some free custom headies. Hit me up. I sent you a DM on IG. Ooh, a glass blower's in the chat. Bro, you trying to make like a goblin bog, bro? That's crazy. Yeah. Bump your DM again, bro. Bump your DM again. Bump it to the top. Like, DM me and say you're the glass blower right now. You know? Just make sure you bump that DM for me, bro. I'm interested. I'm interested. I want to, definitely. I'm interested, bro. Shoot me a DM. Shoot me a DM. Hey. Cheers, everyone. That sounds sick, though. But either way, so we pull up to this plug's house. Mobile house. All right. And he comes out and gets in the car. And I'm chatting with the guy a little bit. FMG with a 21. Love you, my G. Awesome exotic tonight. Yo, FMG, it's so awesome to see you back. Thank you for the support last stream as well. I appreciate you, bro. But either way, so homeboy hops in the car. And he introduces himself. And he said his name was, what are we going to call him? I know his real name, but we're not going to say that. We'll call him Kenny, right? So Kenny hops in the car, right? And he sits, so, all right, how the car was laid out, I'm sitting in shotgun. Ben's sitting behind me. When Kenny gets in the car, Ben scoots over and sits in the middle because his girl's to the left. And his girl, Shorty, basically says nothing the whole time, like I said, right? So I'm sitting in the front. So homeboy hops in the car, right? And myself and Ben decided to split some kush, right? We decided to split a quarter. Right? So we throw him the money. We already had our money together. And we're chatting with him. And at first, I struck up a combo. I was like, yo, because the weed he pulled out, I'll admit, the inbred kush was fire. Low key, he pulled out this goddamn cousin Za. And it was sick, bro. I swear to God, he pulled out this brother OG. And it was amazing, dude. It was actually, like, all right, not amazing, but, like, way better than I expected. Okay? Like, let's be real. Gas Pack Zaza does not come out of mobile homes, okay? That's not where Zaza is created. Alright? So, I was not expecting that. But this guy pulled out some nice kush. Some good pack, So I was like, holy fuck, bro. Like, I'm kind of impressed. It's so good. So I'm chatting with him. And, I'm like, yo, like, this is, like, you know what strain this is? And he tells me, I don't remember what strain he told me. Because I didn't buy from him again. So I don't exactly recall what strain he told me. But I probably remember if I wasn't wasted. But I don't. I'm fucking wasted. So, either way, he serves me this weed. I'm chatting with him. And I'm like, yo, let me get your number, right? I got his number. I never texted him, but I got his number. I might still have it. Do I still have it? No, I don't. Okay, I got this one like 2 months ago. Never mind. I don't still have it. Well, I got his number down either way, right? And Ben says some reckless shit, okay? Ben, listen. Homeboy sitting in the back, and Ben goes, yo. Listen, all right. Ben and I didn't, like, get along super well. Like, honestly, like, we didn't really get along that well. It was just kind of weird, like we didn't dislike each other, but there was no vibes going on between us, right? Like I didn't want to burn a blunt with this guy ever, right? It was like I wanted to make sure the girls were around because it was just us and him. Like it was just him and I somewhere. I felt like we couldn't have like homie time, like we couldn't like have like a man's talk, right? So Ben, he's like, yo, bro, this is the one thing that made me like this kid. He looks over and he's like, bro, I heard your parents were tight. And I look back, because I'm talking to bro already. Like, I just got his number, so I'm still looking back and I'm talking to him. And Ben says this. And I remember my eyes. I literally, like, I just went wide-eyed. I was like, bro, like... like, what? To this day, it kills me. The one hilarious thing that Ben did, bro. So I'm like, oh my fucking God, right? And I look back and I'm like, holy shit. And dude just goes like, he's like, what do you mean? He's like, where'd you hear that? Like he's kind of like, he seems a little off about it, right? Like he's kind of like, what do you mean? And he kind of like laughs, like he took it very awkwardly. And he's like, bro, I just heard your parents are like super close. Like I heard they're super tight, right? And he says it again. He reiterates what he originally said. And I'm sitting here and I'm like I'm just looking at this guy and I'm just like, Ben, like, this motherfucker's crazy, bro. This man's out of pocket the whole night. I haven't liked this guy. He's been a fucking kind of a little prick. He's been a little weird, no vibes going on. And all of a sudden, he just says the funniest thing I've heard all year. Out of nowhere. So I'm like, oh my fucking God. So the guy, of course, our incest dude here, what do we even call him? Kenny's what we called him. He just kind of like, he looks at Ben and he's like he doesn't know what, I could tell he didn't know what to say, right? Like looking at him, he just froze up and I could tell he didn't know what to say, right? And he's like, yeah, for sure, bro. And he daps up Ben, and he daps me up, and then he says bye to the ladies, and he gets out of the car, and he leaves. And I look back, and fucking Megan, as soon as he gets out, Megan is like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And she just goes off. And I'm crying. I'm looking at Ben. I'm like, bro, like, that is the funniest thing I've ever heard anyone say. Like, I'm so happy you thought of that. Like, that was hilarious. Like, I cannot get over how funny that was.
If you live in a legal state, vids are dope. Keep it up.
So, Goblin, why'd you get a med card if you live in a legal state? Vids dope. So let me answer that. So, Illinois taxes on recreational, if I bought a gram of wax, 36%, give or take. I think it's 37 or 38. With a med card, 1%. So you save so much, it's not even funny. It's not even fair, honestly. If taxes were lowered, I wouldn't have a med card. And honestly, you know, there is a part of me that feels, you know, it's a little immoral to get a med card when you don't need the medicine. You know, you're taking up that med stock that people might need for medicine. But at the same time, this state really forces your hand with nearly 40% taxes. We have the second highest taxes in the country, only behind Seattle, Washington. You know? So you, like, really, this state forces your hand. I can't afford to pay that tax, bro. Straight up. No matter how much money you make, you can't afford to buy that shit. You know? That's crazy. That's crazy. Yo, thank you for that dono, and I love you, bro. But either way, so homeboy gets out of the car, and Megan's pissed. She's like, what the fuck is wrong? Like, why would you say that, you know? And Ben is he's just over here just being a cluck, just being a clown, just being a goop. You know what I'm saying? Yo, Gob, you know what it is? I'm tripping. So you spend 100, how much you save? Well, I save a lot, you know? Well, you can have to do the math, right? Like, if I bought a $100 product, I'd really pay 137 if it was wax, you know? But instead, we chilling, baby. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, hey now. I'm telling you, it's time to take another gig. I really, truly believe that. Also, gamers, I have to ask you a quick question. Are we ready to play Thief Simulator? Yo, we just hit... Wait, I just realized something. Hold on. We just hit the viewer record. We just hit the viewer record, boys. We have never gotten this many views on a stream. There is 2,200 people tuned in right now. Now, normally when this happens, it comes and goes, right? A lot of people show up, and then it'll calm down. Like, really, by the time we're done gaming, it'll probably be closer to 1,000, right? That's very normal. You know what? Hit the fucking whip. Hit it! Hey! New record! Hey! New record! Hey! Yay bomb! Hey! Let's go! Let's fuck